Have you ever wondered why some people are automatically respected while others fight to be taken seriously? What sets these two profiles apart is not necessarily intelligence, skill, or luck. They are often small repeated behaviors over time they shape as we are perceived by others. Today, we will explore a powerful truth. Avoiding certain behaviors can be the key to gain more respect and credibility in all areas of your life. But before we plunged into the details, reflect on it. How many times have you felt that your opinion was ignored or disregarded, even when you knew it was right? Or perhaps he realized that certain, even unconscious attitudes have removed important opportunities. These moments do not happen by chance. They are a direct result of behavioral patterns that, if not corrected, can sabotage their reputation and authority. In this video, I will show you 5 common flaws that harm your respect and explain how to avoid them using principles of Stoic philosophy. Stoa, one of the most practical philosophies in history, offers amazing tools to face modern challenges with emotional balance and mental clarity. Whether at work, interpersonal relationships, or even with yourself, these teachings can transform the way you are seen and, more importantly, as you see. If you want to learn to be more confident, respected, and admired, be prepared to change some habits that you may not even realize yet. Stay with me until the end, because what comes next can be the turnaround you were looking for. What is respect, and why does it matter? Respect can be defined as the appreciation that others have for our qualities, decisions, and attitudes. It's more than just being liked. It is being recognized as someone whose opinions, skills, and behaviors deserve consideration. But why does that matter so much? The answer lies in the multiple ways in which respect influences our life. First, in the professional environment, respected people tend to have more growth opportunities. They are seen as reliable, capable, and worthy of responsibility. When you are respected at work, your colleagues and superiors feel comfortable depending on you, taking your ideas more seriously and giving more importance to your contributions. This not only strengthens your career, but it also increases your personal satisfaction as you feel valued. In the social field, respect is equally crucial. Healthy relationships depend on reciprocity. That is, both parties need to feel that they are understood and appreciated. When you show respect for others, they naturally return, creating a positive cycle of interactions. In addition, people who are respected tend to attract more constructive and enriching companies, helping them to grow continuously. On the other hand, lack of respect can have devastating consequences. Imagine a person who is constantly ignored or underestimated by colleagues, friends, or family. Over time, this person can begin to doubt himself, losing self-confidence, and even developing emotional problems. Ultimately, respect directly affects our mental and emotional well-being. Here comes the Stoic philosophy, which offers a practical approach to cultivating respect. Stoics believed that true power comes from within. The choices we make, the emotions we control, and the actions we practice consistently. They understood that respect is not something we should seek externally, but something we should achieve through our own efforts. So how can we apply these principles in our daily lives? In the next few chapters, let's dive deeply into the 5 flaws that prevent many people from being respected and finding out how to correct them using Stoic wisdom. Prepare yourself to learn concrete strategies that can transform your image and authority. First, failure. Lose emotional control. One of the most common flaws that harm our reputation and authority is to lose emotional control. When we are carried out by emotions such as anger, frustration, or anxiety, we end up reacting impulsively, often compromising our interpersonal relationships and the perception that others have about us. The central question here is not to avoid these emotions. They are a natural part of human experience, but to learn to manage them constructively. Imagine a scene in the workplace. You get negative feedback on an important project. Your first reaction may be defense, perhaps even aggressive, especially if you feel that your competence is being questioned. In the heat of the moment, you can respond disproportionately, exposing your emotions in public. This reaction, in addition to weakening your position, can cause your colleagues to see him as unstable or difficult to deal with. Here comes one of the fundamental principles of Stoic philosophy. It's not the things they disturb, but the opinions we have about them. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, taught that our emotional suffering arises not from the external circumstances, but from the interpretations we give them. Understanding this, we can begin to create distance between the stimulus and our answer, allowing us to act more clearly and calmly. But how to practice this emotional control? In real life, first it is essential to develop self-awareness. Before reacting to a stressful situation, stop for a few seconds and breathe deeply. Ask yourself, what am I feeling now? Why does this situation affect me so much? This small range can make all the difference, helping you respond rationally instead of reacting impulsively. Another powerful strategy is to cultivate acceptance. We often lose control because we try to change something that is out of our reach. The Stoics argued that we should focus only on what we can control, accepting the rest with serenity. This means recognizing that we will not always be able to avoid criticism or challenges, but we can choose how to face them. Finally, regularly practice techniques such as meditation or mindfulness. These practices help strengthen your ability to keep calm under pressure, making you more emotionally resilient. Remember, people who show emotional balance are seen as reliable and worthy of respect. With these tools, you will be better prepared to face difficult situations without compromising your image. And by mastering your emotional control, it will begin to realize how it positively impacts all areas of your life. And failure. Seek external approval constantly. Another common failure that can sabotage your authority and respect is the incessant search for external approval. Many people feel the need to be validated by others, whether in their decisions, behaviors, or even on social networks. Although it is natural to want to be accepted and admired, when this search becomes excessive, it can weaken your trust and credibility. The reason why seeking constant approval is harmful is in the emotional dependence it creates. By prioritizing the opinions of others about your own, you end up losing control over your choices and actions. This can lead to indecision, as you will always be waiting for feedback before taking any step. In addition, others can perceive this insecurity and begin to question their leadership or independence capacity. The Stoic ones had a clear view of this. Focus on what is under your control and accept the rest. Marco Aurelio, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, constantly remembered that our happiness and self-esteem must come from within, not from external expectations. When you internalize this principle, you are released from the pressure to satisfy everyone around you and gain autonomy to follow your own values. But how to avoid falling into this vicious cycle? The first step is to identify when you are seeking unnecessary approval. Ask yourself, does this decision need other people's agreement to be valid? In many cases, the answer will be no. Train yourself to rely more on your intuition and experience rather than depending on external validation. Another crucial point is to practice self-pity. We often seek approval because we fear the judgment of others. However, no one is perfect, and it is important to remember that errors are part of the growth process. Instead of punishing yourself for not meeting the expectations of third parties, focus on learning from each situation. Finally, Cultivate relationships based on genuine reciprocity. Truly respected people are those who value others without the need for constant recognition. By demonstrating authenticity and vulnerability, you will inspire confidence and admiration, building deeper and more significant connections. Remember, respect begins with yourself. When you act with integrity and confidence, others perceive and repay. With these Stoic principles in mind, you can reduce your dependence on external approval and strengthen your personal authority. Failure, not honor your words. One failure that can quickly destroy your reputation and authority is not to honor your words. When we promise something and do not fulfill, or when we act inconsistently on what we say, we lose the confidence of the people around us. Integrity is one of the pillars of respect, and without it, it is difficult to be taken seriously. Stoics deeply understood the value of coherence between words and actions. For them, every commitment made was an opportunity to demonstrate character and responsibility. As Seneca stated, "A man of word is worth more than 1,000 promises." This means that the true strength of a person is not in the promises they make, but in the ability to fulfill them. Imagine a co-worker who regularly promises to deliver important results but can never meet deadlines or expected quality. Over time, this person will be seen as unreliable, even if they have good intentions. The same happens in personal relationships. When someone does not honor their words, a sense of uncertainty and distrust is created. To avoid this failure, it is essential to practice what the Stoics called self-discipline. Before you make any promise or commitment, evaluate carefully if you can really fulfill. Avoid overwhelming with unreal expectations, as this will only increase the likelihood of failing. Remember, it is better not to promise anything than to promise something you cannot accomplish. Another important aspect is to maintain consistency in your actions. Respected people are recognized for acting according to their principles, regardless of circumstances. Whether at work, at home, or in society, show that your words have weight and that you can be reliable. Finally, if you have already failed to honor your words in the past, use it as an opportunity for growth. Recognize your mistakes honestly, apologize when necessary, and work to re-establish your credibility. Others will realize their determination to improve and begin to see it differently. By cultivating integrity and coherence, you build a solid foundation to be respected and admired. And remember, your word is your greatest ally. Use it wisely. Fourth failure, procrastinating important decisions. Procrastinating important decisions is a flaw that can silently erode your authority and respect. When we postpone crucial choices, often out of fear or uncertainty, we end up conveying the image of indecision or disability. This not only harms our reputation, but also limits our opportunities for personal and professional growth. Procrastination can be seen as a defense mechanism against the unknown. Many people avoid making difficult decisions because they fear the consequences or simply prefer to postpone the discomfort associated with change. However, this posture ends up creating a vicious cycle. The longer you take time to decide, the greater the pressure and the lower the confidence of others in their leadership skills. Stoics had a practical approach to facing this challenge. They emphasized the importance of acting at the present moment, without leaving tomorrow what can be done today. Epictetus used to say, "The opportunity is like a chain. Hold it firmly before it slips." This metaphor reminds us that the chances do not expect they appear and disappear quickly, and who acts with determination is the one who reaps the fruits. To combat procrastination, start by identifying the reasons why you advance certain decisions. Sometimes this may be related to the fear of failure or lack of clarity on the right way. Regardless of the cause, the first step is to recognize that Perfection does not exist, and that not all decisions need to be absolutely right. The important thing is to advance based on available information and adjust your course as needed. Another powerful strategy is to divide major decisions into smaller and more manageable steps. By breaking complex problems in simpler parts, you reduce the feeling of overload and increase the likelihood of taking concrete actions. Also, set clear deadlines for yourself, creating a healthy sense of urgency. Finally, practice regular reflection. After each decision made, evaluate what worked well and what could have been improved. This habit of self-analysis will help you develop a resilient mindset and improve your decision skills over time. By overcoming procrastination and taking responsibility for your choices, you demonstrate maturity and confidence, essential characteristics to be respected and admired. Failure. Demonstrate insecurity constantly. Demonstrating insecurity constantly can be one of the most harmful flaws to your authority and respect. When others realize that you doubt yourself, they can start questioning your skills and abilities. This does not mean that we should pretend confidence or avoid showing vulnerability. After all have moments of uncertainty. However, it is crucial to learn to manage this insecurity in a healthy way, turning it into strength. Chronic insecurity often arises from excessive comparison with others or fear of not meeting external expectations. Many people internalize these feelings, allowing them to negatively influence their interactions and decisions. Stoics offer a valuable perspective on this. Stoic wisdom teaches that trust comes from preparation, not perfection. In other words, you do not need to be perfect to be confident. Just be well prepared and willing to face challenges. To combat insecurity, start by practicing self-pity. Instead of criticizing yourself for each error or failure, see them as learning opportunities. Remember that even the most successful people have been difficult to achieve their goals. By adopting this mindset, you will reduce internal pressure and strengthen your self-esteem. Another effective strategy is to focus on continuous progress. Small, consistent advances can have a significant impact on your trust over time. Set realistic goals and celebrate their achievements, however small. This will help you build a positive image of yourself and inspire confidence in others. In addition, develop skills that increase your competence in specific areas. The more skilled you feel, the less space there will be for insecurity to take over. Invest in your education, regularly practice, and look for constructive feedback to continually improve. Finally, remember that demonstrating confidence does not mean hiding your genuine emotions. Truly respected people are those that balancing vulnerability firmly. Be honest with yourself and others, but always with the intention of growing and evolving. By working on these strategies, you will begin to notice significant changes in the way others perceive you, and most importantly, the way you see yourself. With confidence and integrity, it will naturally be admired and respected. Throughout this video, we have explored 5 common flaws that can sabotage your reputation and authority. Losing emotional control, seeking external approval constantly, not honoring your words, procrastinating important decisions, and demonstrating excessive insecurity. Each of these flaws has the potential to weaken your image and negatively affect your interpersonal and professional interactions. However, by applying the principles of Stoic philosophy, such as emotional control, focus on you, integrity, present, action and confidence built by preparation, you can turn these challenges into growth opportunities. The respect you want begins inside, with conscious choices, consistent behaviors, and a genuine commitment to yourself. Now it's your turn to act. Choose one of these flaws and work on it for next week. Note how small changes can generate great results. Share in the comments what fault you will approach first and how you plan to do it. Subscribe to the channel for more content about personal development and practical philosophy. Together, we can advance on the journey towards respect, authority, and personal fulfillment.